the Richmond Public Library with the Urban Fiction Experience 2022. And it's a great pleasure and honor to have someone come up from Georgia. And not just someone, she's amazing in this industry of urban fiction literature and this literature period. It's Lissha Sadler.
Hey, friend. I'm so
Hey,
proud of you.
thank you. That means a lot from you. That's for real. And yeah, she's like a mentor to me in the podcast blog talk world. I used to listen to her show before I had my mini show, and I still listen to her shows and support her shows. If you're not familiar with her, please follow, like, support, and listen to all of her podcasts and blog talk shows. She has quite a few. Can you name them?
Absolutely. Well, of course, I'm one of the fabulous co-hosts of the Let's Chat Radio.
Uh-huh.
I'm also the host of Hardcore Grind.
Uh-huh.
I'm the editor-in-chief of Hardcore Grind magazine
Uh-huh.
and the columnist for Hardcore Grind column. That could be you can get that in 3 magazines: Heat Seekers, Medium Magazine, and the Indie Post.
And she has been doing blog talk or podcast shows for over 12 years counting. So sister has credentials when it comes to that. So if you need any help or any assistance or just any, kind of questions, feel free to, inbox her, hit her up, it might be a fee, because information ain't free today. But hit her up and she would gladly take you under her wing like she did me. But we're not here for that now. We're here for to talk about her new one of her new babies, a project that she has that's out now. It's called The Breaking Point, where she has a story and it's like a what is it, anthology?
It's an author
Okay.
collaboration that's actually been just endorsed by Les Brown.
Mm-hmm.
It's I always say the breaking point is normally when we go through stuff we feel broken.
Yes.
That's just a feeling that we have.
Mm-hmm.
The breaking point is that process that you go through when you're coming out of that,
Mm-hmm.
when you realize that you are not broken,
Yes.
but you are actually just evolving into a better you.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So I am chapter 17. My chapter is called The Switch Up.
Oh my God. Can you tell us a little bit what it's about, or you rather for us to read it?
Well, so what the switch up is
I
a
like
lot
the
of
title.
times, yeah, we always talk about a goal moment on Let's Chat. And a goal moment is when thought and execution comes together.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times we're mindful about how we pour into other people and how they pour into themselves.
Mm-hmm.
But when we talk to ourselves, we deal in lack. We can't do it right now. We put it on hold for other people instead of stepping out and taking that bold step in the dark to do whatever it is that has been placed in our spirit to do.
Mm-hmm.
So the switch up happens when God tells you to move your feet and you don't move your feet.
Mm.
So now he has to switch up on you,
Mm.
So my chapter, I talk about my divorce
Mm-hmm.
and just the experience that I have when you argue with God. A lot of times if we're not arguing with him, we negotiating with him. We are in the struggle with him, trying to tell him what we're gonna do.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Or if you just do this for me, if
Mm-hmm.
you just get me through this, then I'll do this. We want to negotiate something that's already written.
Yes.
And it's just talks about just my journey through my experience
Mm-hmm.
and being able to come over that, and which was my breaking point, knowing that I was really unbreakable.
Mm. Mm. That's powerful. I want to read that. So how many beautiful women are there? Is it all women that's reading?
No, men and women.
So how many authors um, it took to make
It's
the breaking
about
point?
21 authors.
Okay.
The visionary is Paulette Harper.
Mm-hmm.
She has 21 authors that are all telling their stories about a breaking point moment in their life. We have a billboard that was put up in Georgia.
Yeah, I think I saw it.
Yep,
Mm-hmm.
it's been endorsed by Les Brown.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a funny experience because we had did an interview, and 2 days before, I want to do more speaking engagements.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I'm really a fan of the blueprint. Everything you see is a blueprint.
Mm-hmm.
And so I said, okay, if I want to be a speaker, I got to start listening to speakers so you can experience that
Yes.
moment.
Mhm.
And I had just purchased 2 of his books on audiobook. And 2 days later, that Thursday, we were doing an interview, and the interviewer was on the phone. We were on the Kim Jacobs show, and she was like, "Okay, I'm talking to Les," and I'm like, "Les." And he announced that he was going to endorse the book, and he talked to us. And as he was talking to me, my mic didn't work on my phone. But you know, in that moment, I learned that sometimes it's for other people to shine, but you know, it's a breadcrumb to show you what's to come.
Yes.
It wasn't meant for me to say nothing. It was a breadcrumb to show me what was to come, but to let her shine. You know, we have a group, and just to see her so full of joy and excitement, because this is not her first anthology. This is what she does, and to have an endorsement like this is big for her.
Yes.
And you have to allow people to shine, and you have to support them
Yes,
while they're
yes,
in that process.
yes, that right there, yes. I totally agree. Yes. That's what I kind of said. Yes. The book, The Breaking Point, will be here at the Richmond Public Library. If you would like to come and read it, please feel free to come in and check it out. She donated 2 copies, and I'm pretty sure that once they start flying off the shelf, the library is going to go out and buy out some of them. But it's called The Breaking Point, and it's a book about people's breaking points, and it's over 20 authors. So please feel free to download it, go to Amazon and purchase it. You got copies?
I do have copies.
So
you
hit
can
up-
get a signed copy at intriguingmoves.com, which is my website.
Yes. And I'm pretty sure that all public libraries is going to make their rounds and get it. But it's here at the Richmond Public Library, and I want to thank you so much for. I mean, she just showed up out the blue. I want to really thank you for supporting the urban fiction experience. I really appreciate it.
I appreciate you, Free. You know, I always try to support events, and you've been doing your event, and I haven't came to it this year. I said I was coming, and I told Tasha about it. Tasha Goins, who's the author of Stay Hustle,
Yes.
and I told her, reach out to Free, get your book in the library, and she has this dope event that she does in Virginia, and I wasn't going to tell her I was coming. I was just going to show up. But, you know, I told her yesterday I was coming, so she was excited,
Yes.
and you know, I flew in. I worked midnight, so I went home with the sleep
And I
and got on the
appreciate
plane.
it. Thank you. I appreciate it. And she's about to head back to get
Yes.
back on the plane.
About to get
And
back on the plane.
that's love right there. It's like this come to support the author friend and a friend from the past, which is me. That's love. And I thank you. Thank you. And please support her book. This is your first one of your first.
Yes,
Right.
this is my first
Yes.
project.
Yes.
Normally I'm helping authors
Yes.
put books out, and so I'm coming from the background to the forefront.
Yes,
And
so-
so this is my first writing project, and then I have some other things that I'm working on, magazine, a couple of other books. So
What's your hashtag handle so they can follow you and support you?
well, I am Hardcore Grind, and Let's Chat Radio, with Hardcore Grind magazine, and then I'm Lissha on all social media platforms.
So follow her. She has a lot of education and knowledge about this independent authors, signed authors in general in this industry of writing. So
Absolutely.
yes. So
And I want to thank y'all, because libraries are so very important. You know,
Woo,
we have bookstores.
they gonna like that.
Yeah, we have bookstores, but people come into libraries when they can't find something. But if they can't find it in the library, then they go into the bookstore.
Yes.
And you know, a lot of times authors, you know, they're looking for somebody to tell them they're great. You don't have to wait for nobody to tell you you're great. You don't. You just step out and do what you need to do. That greatness is gonna come.
Yes.
And libraries is the start. You know, a lot of people want to put their book in a bookstore, but when you put your book in the library system, most likely it goes throughout the whole system.
Yes.
You know, so you want to make sure that you are reaching out to your local libraries.
Yes. Yes. And we don't need nothing else to say. The Richmond Public Library. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and our website. April Freeman. Bye.